in this lecture to brag, okay? I'm saying it to inspire you. Now, I want you to know that I earn thousands a month, multiple thousands every single month in passive income from my content on the platforms that we covered. I'm gonna show you all the recipe to do this in your own lives so that you can have this own lifestyle, but I get paid whether I'm there in my business or not. I don't have to work in my business. I don't have to show up to a job every single day to collect the payment on my time, right? Instead, what I enjoy doing and what I implore you to do and what this program will teach you to do is to spend your time creating passive streams of income so that you can go have the freedom in your life to choose whether you want to continue to build on them or just let them pay you. Now, I would be lying to you if I said that you can completely just flip a switch and your passive income will come in. That is not true. However, it is about 90 to 95% passive, and once you put in the initial work, all you really have to do is monitor some stuff, answer some questions, and your streams will pay you. If you can go take a vacation whenever you want. You can go sit on the beach if you want. Now, you would be under the illusion that of passive income if you felt like you could sit on the beach for 6 months and just collect and not do any work. Obviously, you have to still continue to put work in, still build your business. Remember what I said in lecture 1. Treat this like a business. But that does mean that you can have freedom in your life. You can wake up whenever you want. You can do whatever you want on a daily basis. You can wake up and work out in the mornings. You can wake up and go grab breakfast. You can wake up at 11 o'clock if you want. Obviously, I don't recommend that, but if that's your lifestyle, that's your choice and your prerogative. And you can wake up and film and record and basically go about your tasks within the business with whatever you want to do, right? Nobody controls your life. You are taking the control back while earning the passive income. Guess what? Your wife wants to go to, take a vacation. You say yes because you don't have to take off your job. Guess what? You're earning money now and you're a student. Oh, we'll go take a vacation with a few friends because you have the money now. You don't have to rely on mom and dad, right? And you don't have to show up to work to make that money. So there's so many different, obviously those are two random examples, and I don't know exactly, where you are in your life, if you're a parent, if you're a student, whatever it is. But there's so many benefits to creating these passive streams of income, and if you take this seriously, you will reap the rewards. So I can take vacations and travel the world to wherever I want, wherever I want, while my content is working for me, right? I'm building digital employees in the forms of content. I can work from anywhere. And most importantly, I get to help people by teaching things that I love and enjoy doing on an everyday basis. And I want that for you too. I'm genuinely excited to wake up every single day and focus on the opportunities that day might bring. I don't dread waking up. I don't dread going to work. I don't dread going to a job I hate. I don't dread, basically anybody having to dictate what I do on my day-to-day life or a day-to-day basis, right? I have full freedom in my life to do and chase my own dreams, and you can too. I want all this for you too, and you can have it, I promise you. If you watch this course, and you're the person that takes it seriously and treats it like a legitimate business, then this will be your reality too. On why I love passive income and why I spend the majority of my time focused on creating passive income streams, right? Not other business models. I've basically tried them all. This is a question that I get across the board. Why do you spend so much time? Why are you so focused on content? Well, here is why. First and foremost, it's free cash flow, right? It's multiple thousands every single month, and I make that every single month. Now, there's no upfront costs. There's no business overhead. I don't have any costs to the business. I create the content, and then guess what? It's all profit. So I spend the initial time, and you will too, to create something that will pay me or you forever, right? Versus other business models that you're trading your time for money. And that is not passive. With this, you're spending the initial time to create something, and that something in the form of courses or content will pay you for the months and years to come, passively, whether you're there or not. Now, another reason that I love the content game and basically creating courses and content is because I know firsthand that the content industry is in its infancy. It is only growing. Now, one of the things that I've studied recently is Amazon's letters to shareholders, right? It's Jeff Bezos and his letters to shareholders. I will drop them in a link directly above this lecture. It's something I probably dropped twice during this course already because like I said, I'm creating this afterwards. But this stuff is invaluable. And one of the things that you'll notice that Jeff Bezos continuously says over and over and over again in the letters to shareholders, to the actual shareholders and the company, right? Is he says that no matter how much they're earning at whatever stage, this might be in like 93, this might be in like 2002, this might be in like 2010, right? He always literally repeats, Amazon's in its infancy, right? E-commerce is in its infancy. They're doing hundreds of millions of dollars or even billions in sales. And he's basically saying, we're just at the start of the precipice. We're just getting into this business model. He was so convinced that Amazon and e-commerce and, basically selling things online and building Amazon.com was such a great opportunity that no matter how much they earned, he knew there was so much more market share out there. There was so much more to take over, and it was only in its infancy. So if you want to grab those, there's a direct PDF. I actually put it below, not above. But highly recommend that you read those in your spare time. It will inspire you. And the same thing, guys, the same thing is going on with the content industry right now. Let me outline why for you. So the educational industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it's failing, right? We look across the board, we see colleges that are charging ridiculous amounts of money, students that are in over their head with ridiculous amounts of debt, and it's a snowball that eventually is going to it won't be able to stop. And people aren't going to be able to continuously pay these outrageous amounts of money to get into college, especially when there's other opportunities out there online, hence Amazon versus like the retail space, right? So that's why it's such a great opportunity. As we move more into the future, online content, online courses, and educational videos will only get bigger. This is the infancy stage of them, I promise you. Look across the board. It's literally just like a pendulum that's about to swing, and you need to capitalize on it. More and more people will elect to pay for a $10 to $20 course, for example, on Udemy or anywhere really. Obviously, I'm going to walk you through in this entire program of multiple different places where you can capitalize off this and capitalize off it exponentially, or even like $300 or $500 or $1K or whatever, right? More and more people are going to elect to pay for a course or an educational program like this right here that's going to teach them some valuable skill and some practical skill that they can then utilize to go out into the marketplace and earn money for a living, right? To actually perform, right? Versus spending 20 to 40K a year, potentially even 10 or maybe 50, depending on what college you're at, versus spending that kind of money on college. And the majority of classes, guess what? They're going to waste your time and they won't add any value to your lives or any valuable skills. Now, this is definitely a growing industry, okay? With online courses and online content, the results that you get and the promise to earn come a lot faster, right? Even if it takes you like a month or two to master the stuff and implement it, ridiculously faster. Even if it takes you a year, which it won't, but even if it does, let's say, college is completely different. With college or education, you're going to spend 4 years of your life, if not more, and at least $80,000, plus to go into debt to take that on most of the time, unless you're lucky enough to have like family that's going to pay for you. And even still, you're wasting 4 years of your life that you'll never get back and you're not going to be able to implement it. Only to come out and realize that entry-level jobs literally pay you 40 grand to 50 grand a year if you're lucky, and if you're lucky enough to get one. How do I know this? Because I'm 28 years old right now, and for the past 5 years of my life, I've known and, I'm friends with a bunch of people that are in this situation, and I know how they feel. I hear it all the time. So good luck paying off your debt or ever reaching financial freedom if you go this route. You'll be a slave your entire life just spinning your wheels. This is what we know as the rat race. I'm sure we've all heard of it, right? You're literally in a rat just spinning to pay the bills, working in a corporate environment to basically pay off the debt that you had to run up to go to college to get the dream job that you were promised. It doesn't exist. It's the rat race. So more and more people are literally realizing this and deciding, no, I'm not doing this. And even if they've already gone to college, they're deciding, you know what? I can't rely on just my income at my job. I need to start building a legitimate business, and maybe that's you. So they're looking for alternatives, and those alternatives will be your courses and your content.